There are lots of predictions that most Americans are simply not saving enough to assure themselves of a financially secure retirement. Now, I'm Janet Bodner, and in this episode of Behind the Scenes with Kiplinger, brought to you by Ally Bank, I'm going to be talking with Jane Clark about how much you really need to save for retirement. Now, Jane, you say in our cover story this month that financial advisors often recommend that you have enough in savings to replace 70 to 85% of your final salary after you retire. Now, where did that number come from?
Well, it's a rule of thumb, Janet, a starting point, but my reporting uncovered that it may be way off.
Really? Why is that?
Well, your final year on the job may well be your highest paid. So if your kids are out of college or you've paid your house off, you may be able to live very well on 60% of your final salary or even less.
Now, either way, you still have to save a lot for retirement. So how do you figure out exactly how much that should be?
Well, a few years before you retire, get serious about what you'll be spending. Your payroll taxes will end, as will your contributions to 401k plan, but you may be spending more on travel or health care.
So really, you need to do a budget.
Right. Estimate what you'll be spending and compare that with your sources of guaranteed income, from Social Security, for example, and maybe a pension. You need enough in savings to fill the gap.
Can you give me an example?
Let's say your annual gap is $25,000 and you're planning for a 25-year retirement. Multiplying the two gets you to $625,000. That's your magic number. The return on your investments would presumably offset inflation.
Thank you, Jane.